is your girl Vanna. You are now tuning in to the Hood Talks podcast, where community voice matters. Hey, what is up, y'all? You are now tuning into a new episode of our favorite segment, the Hood Needs segment, where we talk to organizations that are beneficial to the community. And you know, we love over here at the Hood Talks podcast, grassroots organizations. So I am so happy to have this guest here with this great organization. Could you please introduce yourself and tell the people who you are?
Hi, I am Cynthia Bennett, and I am with the organization called JADASA, and I am so happy to be with you today.
Well, I am so happy that you are here. I think your organization is really great. I think you guys are doing some great things. And what even stuck with me that one time we had a conversation was that you've been around for a while.
Yes, I have.
So yeah, and I'm like, wow, you've been doing this for a while. So that means it's authentic, and that's a place from you really caring about the community. So yes, come on, let's get into this, because I am ready for the people to hear all about your organization. So tell me again your position and what is the organization?
Okay, my name is Cynthia Bennett, Cynthia R. Bennett. I am the founder and the executive director of JADASA, and it's the 501c3 community-based organization, and JADASA is an acronym, and JADASA stands for Journey Against Domestic and Sexual Abuse. And what it is, we are an organization. We are about educating, edifying, and empowering the community about abuse, the dynamics of abuse in all shapes, forms, and fashion, as well as neglect. And those who may be living in those type of households, and those who may not have, who are fortunate enough to not have even experienced any of these things, but you can also help somebody, you know, because we all know somebody who has been abused, been in that type of household, or who has been in neglect situations or whatever. So we know somebody. So whether you've dealt with it head on, or you know somebody, this information, the organization is for you. It is a community organization, and I'm always saying JADASA is me, JADASA is you, because JADASA is the community.
Yes. And I mean, you are doing some amazing things there at JADASA. And man, it's amazing to me what you're doing and how you don't, like, I've not heard of you, but those are the things to let gems that the Hood Talks podcast is definitely trying to shed light on. So can you also tell us, like, what is something at your organization that you are like most proud about that you guys are doing?
I am proud about JADASA being the creativity, a piece behind it. Our organization is, we consider a non-residential organization, which means we're not a shelter. We don't house people. And something stuck with me. Somebody put something on social media maybe 10 years ago, and this phrase stuck with me. So, you know, we have a lot of organizations in St. Louis that deal with what we're dealing with, you know,
We
dealing
have
with
a lot
abuse
of, yes.
stuff. And so for somebody put on social media, if you are doing something that a lot of people are doing or other organizations are doing, what are you going to do to make yourself stand out?
Good point.
That stuck with me. And so when I thought about JADASA, we are the ones, we go into other organizations, we educate, we go into churches, we go into civic organizations, we go into schools, and we educate and edify and encourage. What I'm saying about that, we teach our clients, we teach the community about the dynamics of abuse and stuff, so you can be transformed in your mind and not just transported from one place to another. Because if you're transported physically from this place out of an abusive situation or a home and go into a shelter, and there has been no transformation or no education in your mind, guess what? You'll eventually go back to that same situation if you haven't received any new input or new information to process in your mind about, hey, this is abuse. I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to take this.
That's what you're right. Process like healing. If you haven't healed from that situation, and we're just passing you along and assisting you, and then also making it sustainable. Like if you're educated and empowering, you're making it sustainable for them to keep and to have when they're moving along. And then also getting the process, like you said, to heal and learn from what the mistakes that you made previously, so you won't go back.
Right, or at least recognize the signs and see if maybe you've gotten out. Now you can be, if you want to be a self-proclaimed advocate, you can do that too, because you can advocate for your family and your friends and your circle. Because this organization, I always say JADASA, my cliche or my hashtag is hashtag JADASA 24/7, 365, all day, every day. It takes a village, and that's exactly what it does. It takes a village. We can't do it all.
No.
I can't reach everybody, but there are some people you can reach that I can't reach, and there are some people I can reach that you can't reach. But if we all come together collectively through education, through edifying and encouraging, because a lot of people don't want to just wake up in one day and say, "Oh, I just want to stay in this abusive relationship." Right. They just don't wake up saying, I like being hit."
Right.
A lot of people want to get out,
but don't know
they don't know how to get out, or they don't know what resources are available.
They're scared that they can't do it all by themselves. You know, the mental abuse, I'm sure it comes along too with physical abuse. So they're probably being told, you can't live without me. You ain't gonna make it without me. And so they're in processing that as, well, I can't do it without you. And they're sitting there and taking.
And you know, abuse is like a codependency, just like drugs.
Yes.
It's a codependent. You can be with somebody and be attached to them so long because, you know, this person, you put your heart and your soul and your mind and you just wrapped up in them. So it's like, it's just like a scab on the wound. You snatch that thing off real quick and it's not healed right. It's gonna bleed. It's gonna open up a wound. And so now you have a bunch of people walking around talking from their wounds instead of their scars. Because scars is a story. Scars tell a story. If you have a scar, it tells something happened there. You may not know what, but you know something happened. But that person, unless you ask them, you won't know what that scar means. But a person that's wounded, you can tell they're still hurt and wounded by their actions, how they talk, how they behave. And so we have a lot of people because we're not educated. So that's one of the things we wanted to make JADASA different. I have been to various shelters. We would go in there and do workshops and stuff. And I'm like, I'm just gonna be, we're gonna keep it 100. I'm like, I'm depressed, and I got a house, but I got a house.
I got I got food. I have shelter.
I came in this place. Come on, the walls, it almost look like asylum. It's that drab color. I mean, all of that stuff deal with the psyche. It deals that's why we have that bright yellow with the purple JADASA, because we're bringing light to a dark, dismal situation. And so that's why our base color, we know purple stands for abuse, but on top of that purple is that big bright yellow, because we're going to shine the light on this to let you know you don't have to stay in it. So that is one of the reasons why JADASA is operating the way we're doing. We're not the regular shelter. We're not the typical shelter. We are doing a lot of things for the community. We work with women. We help them with resources. We help them find resources. When we have money is available, we help them with their utilities, and and sometimes we can't get in the shelter. Like during the COVID, they wasn't really letting people in, which was understandable. So we would get hotel rooms and get them in there. We would get them food cards and stuff, because we had gotten money from the the COVID money, and so we would do that. And also we have another program, the Road to Restoration. We help them with their resumes if they're trying to get a job, because sometimes people been out of the pocket for so long, and people don't understand. Abusers are charismatic, very charismatic. Because most time when you tell somebody you've been in that situation, they either shocked because the person acts nothing like they do behind closed doors in public. And then they're wondering, oh, because this person, he or she is just so nice. Yeah, they are nice. But it's the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde scenario with you. Now you seeing two people.
Right.
You saying, okay, now this joker don't act like this at home.
And people don't even know.
People don't even know. And there becomes that emotional abuse and that mental abuse and that verbal abuse because you're not knowing, okay, which person I'm dealing with today. You know, I cooked the chicken, it was okay yesterday. Now I cooked the same type of chicken. I did the same thing I did yesterday, today, but now there's an issue and here's this big argument. That's all that emotional, that instability, not knowing you're going to be walking on eggshells. And people don't understand abuse is really dynamic. It is diabolic. I want to use that word. It is diabolic because it is like an onion peel. It's just unravels. Once you peel that onion peel, it's just, you remember, I don't know if you ever remember the Romper Room. It was a kid show years ago, and the lady would look in this mirror and it would just go round and round and round and round. Okay, it was constantly.
I'm about to Google that.
I know, look, I'm telling my age. It would constantly swirl. And that's what abuse is. You know, you got to go down and get to the root of stuff, the root of stuff. And so that's what we do. We do workshops. We go into different organizations. We also go into churches because we have presentations to deal with that scripturally based, because we are getting our churches to understand you are a beacon in the community. You are part of the community. So people coming to the church, they may not look for Jesus at that time. They're looking for somebody to help them with abuse. And so you're going to have to pivot. One thing about this COVID has brought a lot of things to the surface.
Yes, I agree.
And it let us know that there's a lot of things that we need to fix. Not just with the education system. Let's not even go there.
No,
but there's a lot of
right.
And so with this, the church is going to have to learn, the body, that's what I mean. They're going to have to learn to pivot because, people coming, you can't give them scriptures all the time. They ain't coming for your scriptures. They coming for the abuse. They coming for help. If they hungry, they come if their bellies are hungry. They not listening to you about no scriptures if their belly is growling.
No, they can't
feed
focus.
them first.
Right. They can't focus. They trying to figure out how they finna feed their body, and they probably tired. They just want to lay down and rest. They probably want to take a shot. Like, ain't nobody trying to throw her Jesus not right now.
No, you got to meet the human needs first. Meet that human need. The Bible even says it in the Bible. It says that which is natural, this is natural, comes first. Then the spiritual. The Bible says that. But we try to get all deep and stuff, with folks. Let's get all the deepness out. Let's try to, it's simple. It's just simple. Meet the people where they are, because guess what? When you meet them in their hour of need, there is nothing they won't do for you or to help you, to help somebody, because they'll say, have you ever come across a person, I think, Maya Angelou might have said, they may not remember who you are, but they always remember how you made them feel. So you ever had the statement where somebody always said, "Kira, you know what? This lady, I can't remember her name, but I remember when I have." They don't remember your name, but they remember what you did for them.
I've had those moments. Like, I can't remember her name for nothing, and I was a little girl. I said, I knew she used to call me Cupcake, but I can't remember her name or nothing. And how nice they. There was a lot of you have a lot of.
But you remember what somebody did for you.
Yeah.
And that's
how they treated you.
How they treated you. Yes. That is such a lasting impression on anybody versus you telling somebody about some scriptures. Because you can give me a scripture, and if I don't know, I don't know. But
I ain't trying to learn that right now. I'm trying to eat. Can you help me get some clothes, please?
Can you help me get to safety? Can you help me get an order of protection? Can you help me whatever it is?
Right.
And that's what JADASA, we are a community based. We deal with everybody. We don't care, even though we're
I like how you guys also you say you're teaching the community, because one thing I think too, we don't educate people enough on what to do when they're dealing with it. Like if you're on the outside, dealing with someone that may be getting abused, like as a friend, like how do you assist or help? People don't know those things. So, we got to the phase where they ain't none of my business, because people
and we have that. We have even in a presentation, it's called being an effective bystander. You could be an effective bystander and still help and not get in it. But you need to know how to do that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, you know what, I ain't gonna get it, because you know you'll get in and then they be tripping with you and your family and your kids. You're not trying to go through all of that. And let's be honest, this day and age, folks ain't trying to let you in their house for 4-5 days. You got 6-7 kids and all that. You know, you even got 2. They ain't trying to do all of that. let's you know, I mean, I'd have heard it all, I'd have been through it all and stuff, you know. So that's the point, is about educating. When you educate somebody,
yes,
you like the old Chinese proverbs, give them a bone, they'll keep coming back, or you give them fish, they'll keep coming back for more. But if you teach them how to fish, they'll never have to come back to you and again.
Yeah.
And that's what JADASA is about: educating, edifying. Edifying is building them up, because we need to build people up. You know, they already been broke down. You know, they don't have no money. I don't know how you feel. I don't feel good when I don't have no money. When I'm broke, I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm broke. No, I don't want to hear nothing. No, I don't want to see nothing, because if it's gonna cost some money and I ain't got nothing, I'm gonna have an attitude.
Hey, I understand. Like what they say, you broke, you mad. You don't want to be walking around mad.
Right, you're right. And my thing is, and so that's when that person, I don't know who this person was, it was on social media, but that planted something in me when they said that, because I'm like, okay, I want this organization because I want to be able to help people, because I was abused, surviving for abuse from my first marriage. Okay. And so what happened, what I went through is, I'm the youngest of 9. Ooh. It's only 3 of us left. That's in my book, a story. Wow. But I went through abuse with my first husband, but I never saw my brothers mishandle or hit women. I've never seen my sisters go through it. I never seen my dad and my mom go through it. So I didn't know how I ended up with this joker to go through this. Right. And I was embarrassed. So because I was embarrassed that I went through it, and I didn't even know how to even bring it to my family, because I had never seen it. I didn't know what to say. So I dealt with it, and I stayed in it for 3 years. Ooh. I did get a divorce. I stayed in it for 3 years. But when I got out, I didn't have any resources. I didn't even know where to look. I didn't know who to talk to. And I was living in North County at the time. That's why JADASA is in North County. Yes. We've been in North County because there was not resources then, and there's not many resources now that's going to help. And guess what? North County, you know, if they can look at the statistics, there are statistics of abuse, neglect. We are in the African-American community. Yes, it's huge here. So that is why JADASA is a grassroots organization, and we have been around since 2002, working with women and children. We have been on the ground floor. There is nothing nobody could tell me that I have not either experienced myself or dealt with in other clients that we can't help. So we are grassroots, and we're about educating. You know, it's about educating people. Yes. People want to know. Yes. They really want to know. Yes. You ain't got to have no PhD. You ain't got to have no bachelor's. It's people just want to know how to educate themselves. They want to know. Then we want to build people up, because when you feel good about yourself, you're like, hold up, Jewel. We not gonna, what we not gonna do. What we not gonna do, we not gonna be fighting up in here.
We're not gonna take no foolishness.
Right, that's what we not gonna do. So because when you feel good about you edify, we build them up about them. Yes, you are beautiful, you are smart, you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed. You know, because they've been hearing all this negative stuff for so long. Yes. So we build them up. And then when you build them up, when we edify them, then we encourage what it is. Now they encourage that they're going to start telling other people. And you see how that keeps them from going back into the shelter, who is just a revolving door. No, they don't need a revolving door. We need to change right here and feel good about ourselves in here, so we can do what we want to do out there. Yes. And that's what makes JADASA different to me.
Yes. And that's amazing, because I think that's important. All of that is important, especially when we're talking about making people again sustainable. And people love to say, oh, well, people stay wanting resources, or stay wanting help, or stay wanting to get this, they be on it for all this long time. But what are you doing to help them be sustainable without it?
Yes.
What are you teaching them to be sustainable without that resource?
They're coming back because they don't know.
They don't know how to be. Exactly. So if you not only provide the resource and the help, but provide the education and the support.
Yes.
And the encouragement, so you can do it on your own. This is how you do it.
Yes. Yes.
Don't have the revolving door. So, but again, I guess those revolving doors keep some of these organizations going, right? But yeah, so look, let me get out of that spiel. I can get out my spiel, but I ain't gonna get out it. I do want to say you really touched on a lot of the services and programs that you guys offer. And I think all of that is just such great information and assistance for the people. Like, even like I said, educating the community on how to, maybe be a great, like you said, a good bystander in that situation. So how can someone, for instance, someone that listens to this and say, hey, I need this. How can they get in contact with you? How can they reach out for support?
They can reach out for support. We have an 800 number, which is 1-800-292-2145. They can go to our Facebook page. It's JADASA, JADASA. They can go to our website, www.jadasa.org. They can go to those three things, and they can go to our email, info@jadasa.org. So they can contact us in any of those avenues. If they need assistance, let us know what you're needing, because we are here for the community, and we will work with you. If it's something that we can't do, we have partnership with other people that even provide substance abuse, assistance with substance abuse, and therapy and medication, or whatever they need, substance abuse and mental abuse, free of charge.
Free. Okay.
Free. All you need to show them is the ID that you are who you say you are. That is it.
Free.
Or we have other organizations that we can call, or connect them with, dealing with trauma, like some of these recent deaths and stuff. Trauma, they will give you so many therapy sessions for free.
Oh, tap in, y'all.
But people don't know that. We have food trucks. We can send you to place where they provide food. They give you free. We have an organization that we partner with, where you put your information in if you are having issues with your utilities. It's called Utilities First. And put your information in. It's almost like, how in the end of the around Christmas time, I think it's either Sailors American, where they do those needy families or whatever.
Oh, like they give them the free turkeys and toy drives and stuff.
Well, in the newspaper, they'll tell you about it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, this organization does it all year round. They can go to my website, and what it is, people will go in and look to see, what bills you have and stuff, and they will put money on their books to pay your bill. They won't get them under you, but guess what? They get to write that off on their taxes. How good is that? You get to pay on a utility and get to write it off on your taxes.
What?
Because you're doing it you're paying into a 501c3. So we have resources out there.
Wow.
It's just people.
So you saying they will post the families, and then the people who want to donate money to write off on their taxes will go and give money to donate to the families to pay for their utilities.
They would give an account name. Say, for instance, it's me. They wouldn't tell you my name. They would just put my account name. They would say, this person is a single mother with 6 kids. Utility bill is this much. Disconnect, whatever. The utility is $1,200. Okay, well, I see that. I'm going to put $400 onto that account. And what the system will do, the system will go in and pay on that account at the utility place. Now, the person won't even get it. They'll just get it saying, hey, somebody
paid on your bill.
Paid on this.
Right. It doesn't go straight to the person.
And then that other person that's paying on it, that's a record for them to write off on their taxes.
Wow. So if that's someone in here tapping in to listen, you can be you want to be a support, here's look, check that out to help
Yeah.
support them, help support families.
Right. All of
That's
those
another thing.
resources are on our webpage
Yeah, that's
under
another thing.
resources.
We also want, right, how can someone support your organization? In the sense of like if someone's donated, you know, they want to support what you guys are doing over there.
Awesome. Well, we have ways they can go to for finance monetarily. They can go to PayPal for JADASA, or we have a Cash App. JADASA STL is a Cash App. Um, Also, with just resource, they can also get the information to mail in if they want to do checks or money order. It's on our website of our PO box number. But also, even if we're looking for resources, we're looking for resources of information. We're looking for resources. We're looking for resources, volunteers. If you have teenagers or if you have kids, we have upcoming events that's coming up on our webpage. If you look at them, if they want to come and volunteer, they get community service credits. But JADASA will sign off on a paper and give you your child community service credits to send back to your school, because I believe in North County, majority of the school districts, you have to have so many hours of community service credits. So if they work or if they come out and support and volunteer for JADASA or any of our events that we have listed out there, let us know that you want to come and volunteer, and then we will give you those community service credits for your school, for your in order to graduate, because you have to have so many hours to graduate.
Okay, well, look at that. And volunteering, and then this is a great organization for kids to learn too. Again.
Yes, we also have a program called Developer Program.
Yes.
And our next program is coming up. It's going to be starting September 11th. It's going to be on a Saturday, but we're going to start posting for the flyers out July the 25th, which is the Sunday after this last event. So we're going, what it is teaching our girls about business entrepreneurship, basics of different entities. We're going to talk about real world businesses, careers, if that's what you want to do. If you don't want to go into business, you want a career. Then we're going to teach the girls about mobile app development, how to create your own mobile app. And so, you know, everybody is on the phone. So these are mobile apps, everybody. If you all don't know what those are mobile apps. So our girls are going to be able to create their own whenever they want. And then we also have a sister circle doing the workshop where we sit down and talk about social issues. You know, it may be attitudes. You know, we need to do that. It may be attitudes because we girls. It may be peer pressure. It may be social media etiquette. It may be bullying, cyberbullying, healthy versus unhealthy relationships. So we talk about that and then teach anger. And then we tie it all about behavior and how it can improve your behavior and attitudes and stuff. Because sometimes with our kids, with this pandemic that happened, it affected our kids because they couldn't be social, they couldn't talk to folks, they're in their house with you know, mama and daddy and sometimes grandmama and other folks. You know, you got all these people in the house and they had no outlet. And so depression set in, you know, because it just affected in so many areas. So our program is geared towards that, and it helps in the process. Even when you're doing a mobile app, it teach you how to do step by step. Well, with that, it's going to trigger onto the social skills, how to process what you're going through, step by step, process and procedures, how to process things that may be happening in your life and you don't understand why or how. It teaches you how to process and unpack. So all of it is tied up into that program. And it's 8 Saturdays in fall, and it'll be from 10 to 1. And so then we have that. And then at the end of that program, we will give you a certificate. If you complete the program and created your app, you'll get a certificate and you'll get a gift certificate, gift card. And that's an incentive to you to come in and be around. And it's going to be other girls. Our last one we had 2 young girls who asked to come back to help volunteer to be assistants. And so I think that's really, it speaks volumes for the program. And also it helps the other girls, you know, because they talk, you know, sometimes they talk with each other before they talk to grown people. And so I think it's a really good program. And we're just asking everybody, if you know anybody that's between 9 and 19 that want to come to that program, have them to sign up because we have limited seating. And in the summer was the pilot program. And I'm telling you, we was booked like within 2 weeks. We went over 2 seats to just because we didn't want to turn nobody away. But because of CDC guidelines and stuff, we have to make sure that we are operating within the CDC guidelines. So the seats are limited, but the flyer will go out July the 25th for the developer workshop.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
I am excited listening to you. Like, I'm like, you said 19, that's a cutoff. Oh, dang. I want to make
Well,
it.
you know what? Actually, but then we have at the end of each program, we do have 1 4-hour workshop for parents.
Oh, okay. That's
so
cool.
they can see what, and so they don't undo. But then we are working on doing one for grown women, because some women like, hey, I want to learn how to do that. So
Me
we always want to put that together too.
Yes. When you do it, don't forget about me. Okay.
Okay.
I'm like, yes, because I want to do an app, but that is great. Building skills and also building community. Like you said, sometimes the younger generation, they can't relate to us. So they like to talk to each other. But yeah, and COVID has really stomped their social life. So
yes,
that's a good thing. Bringing them back together and then teaching them a skill that they can take beyond, work.
Exactly.
Yeah, and keep moving up, because we know technology is taking over, and we know we need more Black kids on STEAM.
Come on now. Yes,
Okay.
we do. We need more Black and female. And
Yeah.
of course, mobile app, STEM, this is the wave of the future. It's not going anywhere.
No.
So if we can get as many Black girls on board, because look at all these females who are breaking records all
Black
across
girl
the
magic.
board.
Yes, it's real.
Tell me, all it takes is somebody to believe in them.
Yes.
That's all it takes is somebody to believe in them.
And then it just trickle on down. I love it. I love it.
I love it. I love it. This is the Kairos moment for women,
yes.
for females. It is.
It definitely is. And Black women are killing the game. So shout out to all of them out there killing the game, including you. Thank you. You are killing the game.
Oh my goodness.
You have definitely been around for a while, and really you're consistent. You're being consistent. I love it. So again, thank you for coming and sitting here on Hood Talks and telling us about all of this great organization, all the great work you've done. And location, where are you located?
Okay, we are located in Ferguson, Missouri.
Ferguson.
We are in the St. Peter's UCC Resource Building, which is at 1433 Stein Road, Ferguson, Missouri, 63136. We are the resource building next to the church that's across from the Delwood Civic Center. That's on West Florissant. And so you can call us at 1-800-292-2145. We offer crisis intervention. We do group support, group sessions of that nature. So we are here for the community. We are here for you. JADASA 24/7, 365 days a year, all day, every day. We are here. We are community-based, and it can't be, it's not JADASA, it's not my organization. I tell people all the time, JADASA is not my organization. JADASA is the community organization, because we're about building up our community. We're about encouraging and edifying and educating our community so they can understand the dynamics of domestic and sexual abuse and neglect, so they can be educated and they can move themselves out of the situation and have a productive and positive life.
Yes. Well, all right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to the Hood Talks podcast, y'all. I appreciate it. We will be catching y'all later. Just make sure you guys go and support this great organization. And y'all know how we do. We out. Yay! Thank you for tuning in to the Hood Talks podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page and also follow us on all our social media.